True. Let's go to Karma Green, we steady on the rise. Digging truth from ancient scenes, we open blinded eyes. Rhyme sharp like pirate lines, we break the bondage tight. Kamji speaking revolution, keep the fire burning. Chimpy drums guide our stride, we march with purpose proud. No more silence, we collide, our voices thunder loud. Politics and history, we stitch them in every verse. From Pharaoh's throne to Yaoundé streets, we claim the Kamji verse.
Protesters stormed the streets of Cameroon as 92-year-old President Paul Biya is rigging his re-election and will be in power for 50 consecutive years.
Je suis l'un de ceux qui ont bagarré pour le président Issa Chiroma. Voyez, nous on veut un changement. Nous voulons un changement. Chiroma est notre président pour définitif. Nous avons brûlé la voiture de la gendarmerie nationale. Oui, Issa Chiroma est notre président, je vous dis. Voyez, ils nous ont fui. Ils ont envoyé beaucoup de balles, 6 balles contre nous. Et voilà que nous avons vaincu, ils ont fui. Je vous l'ai dit, nous sommes les participants pour le changement ici à Garoua, à Nassaro, dans le bureau de vote. Il n'y a pas eu de bulletin de M. Issa Chiroma à Nassarawo. Au quartier Nassarawo à Garoua, il n'y a pas eu de bulletin de Issa Chiroma dans un bureau de vote. Voyez-vous, c'est normal. On veut un changement, on veut un changement. Ils ne peuvent rien nous faire.
At least 20 people have been arrested in Cameroon in connection with protests over the October 12 presidential election, authorities said on Tuesday, as tensions mounted ahead of the proclamation of results expected later this week. Cameroon's Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, confirmed the arrest of some of the protesters in the northern city of Garoua in a statement on Tuesday, without stating when and how many were arrested. 20 of the several arrested will be brought before military courts to answer for the charges of insurrection and incitement to rebellion, the statement said, while others involved in criminal acts have been taken to Yaoundé for further investigations. The government watches with concern acts of provocation and disorder carried out by some troublemakers, he said, claiming that those arrested were being manipulated by some political actors. Opposition candidate Issa Chiroma Bakaru claimed victory last week and urged President Paul Biya, the world's oldest president at 92, to concede. Biya's party has rejected Chiroma's claim of victory and accused the opposition candidate of trying to disrupt the electoral process. The Constitutional Council is expected to announce the final official results by October 26. Analysts have predicted a victory for Biya as the opposition remained divided and his strongest rival was barred from running in August. 11 opposition candidates were on the ballot. Following the election, pockets of protests broke out in several cities over the allegations of election fraud. Chiroma alleged last week that there were signs of vote tampering, echoing civil society groups' earlier reports of several irregularities, including attempted ballot stuffing. The National Episcopal Conference of Cameroon, which monitored the election, said on Monday that the election was marked by a number of irregularities, including relocation of certain polling stations and failure to update the electoral register, which still contained the names of deceased persons. A group of 8 civil society organizations that monitored the election also noted the unequal distribution of ballot papers in some polling stations and attempts at ballot box stuffing in their report. On Sunday, Chiroma started publishing on his Facebook page results from 18 administrative units, which he claims constitute 80% of the electorate, allegedly confirming his victory. His Facebook posts have received praise from his supporters and mockery from critics and regime allies, including ministers, who questioned their authenticity. Chiroma, who is in his late 70s, was a government spokesperson and employment minister under Biya, but quit the government earlier this year to launch his presidential run. His campaign drew large crowds and backing from a coalition of opposition parties and civic groups. Biya has been in power since 1982, nearly half his lifetime, making him Cameroon's second president since independence from France in 1960. During Biya's decades in power, the Central African nation of nearly 30 million people has struggled with challenges from a deadly secessionist movement in the West and chronic corruption that has stifled development despite rich natural resources like oil and minerals. __period.
True. Let's go to Karma Green, we steady on the rise. Digging truth from ancient scenes, we open blinded eyes. Rhyme sharp like pirates' lines, we break the bondage tight. Kamji speaking revolution, keep the fire burning. Shimpy drums guide our stride, we march with purpose proud. No more silence, we collide, our voices thunder loud. Politics and history, we stitch them in every verse. From Pharaoh's throne to Yaoundé streets, we claim the Kamji verse.